What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh news video, there is a lot to talk about. So, there's quite a bit to talk about. Obviously I'm going to be talking about the new CyberDark support for, that's coming out of the brand new Animation Chronicle set in the OCG. I'm also going to be revealing what the Starlight Rare is, the Starlight Rare reprint for Lightning Overdrive. Yes, I'm going to be revealing it as well. Not sure if you guys had seen it on the Yu-Gi-Oh official YouTube page, but big shout out. Don't want to get copyrighted. You know how this works. But they're doing what's called Lightning Overdrive Reveal Week. And so yesterday was obviously the introduction to, don't mind the background noise, trash people are here. So yesterday was obviously the introduction to the set. Today was obviously the introduction to the new Utopia support. Tomorrow will be the introduction to the Amazement support. Thursday will be the introduction to the new Black Rose support. And then of course the box openings will be on Friday. So I'm really looking forward to that. Again, there's a lot to talk about, but let's get straight into it. Starting with obviously the Starlight Rare reprint. And if you haven't guessed, it's actually Black Rose Dragon. Honestly, I am so excited that this card is getting reprinted as a Starlight Rare. It's actually a really cool, it's actually a good reprint for this set, given the fact that people have hyped up the Black Rose support a lot since it was announced in excuse me. Since it was announced in the OCG, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be incredible. I can't wait to see, what, how the new Black Rose support will define the meta. I know that I did a deck profile on it a while back, but I'm actually curious about it. But with that being said, so the next core set that we're getting, as far as like the core booster boxes, is called Burst of Destiny. This set is revolving around the new Boardload support, the new Rocket support, and we're finally getting. We actually have a few new cards for them, and the first one is called Boardload Riot Dragon, which is an 8-star Dark Dragon Ritual. Yes, crazy enough, Boardload is getting literally. I don't even know how to respond to it. 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. You can ritual summon this card with Heavy Trigger. I believe that is the ritual spell? Yeah, it is. So Heavy Trigger says this card is used to ritual summon Boardload Riot Dragon, tribute monsters, and or destroy rocket monsters from your hand or field whose total level equals 8 or more. After that, ritual summon Boardload Riot Dragon from your hands, and if you do, that summoned monster cannot be destroyed by battle with and is unaffected by monster effects activated by monsters special summon from the extra deck. So it basically just protects Boardload Riot Dragon from being destroyed in battle, and targeted with card effects by monsters summoned from the extra deck. So if you were to use something like say Silent Honor Arc number 101, you can't use 101 to absorb Riot Dragon, which is really, really good. Both of its effects are a once per turn. When your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters as a quick effect, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy the monsters or monsters. Then destroy this card or a rocket monster you control. So it's kind of that effect is kind of an interesting effect because it has an effect similar to Borlo Furious Dragon, but it's a little bit different. Again, don't mind the background noise. The trash people are here. They come literally every Tuesday, literally at around this time. They used to come at like 5 in the morning. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of similar to Borlo Furious Dragon, but it's a little bit different. It's a little different. Instead of just randomly destroying cards, the cost is that your opponent has to special summon a monster, and you can negate the summon and destroy. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a Solemn Judgment reverse trap hole, I guess. I would say so. Yeah, I would say it's like a Solemn Judgment reverse trap hole because reverse trap hole meaning instead of destroying your opponent's monster, it destroys your own, which is kind of interesting. The second effect says, if this card is in your grave, you can target a Boral or Rocket monster in your grave, destroy one card you control, or in your hand. If you do, add that target to your hand. So basically, it's a monster reincarnation. So you basically can send a card from your hand to the graveyard to add a Boral or a Rocket monster from your grave back to the hand, which is not that bad of effect. It's not that bad of effect. Next up, and then the last of the support for Borals, as far as now goes, is called Dual Wheel Dragon. It's an 8-star Dark Dragon, 2500 attack, 1500 defense. Both of its effects are once per turn. You contribute this card, then target 2 rocket monsters with different names in your grave. Special summon them in defense. So it's basically a double Monster Reborn, which that's just good. That's just good on its own. Being able to just summon Rocket Tracer and Rocket Synchron, just to give an example, from your graveyard, is just broken. Absolutely broken. You can second effect. You can banish this card from your grave. Add 1 rapid trigger or 1 heavy trigger from your deck or grave to your hand. So it's basically a search. You're basically searching out spell cards. Basically, it's really that's just like broken on its own. Absolutely stupid crazy. Alright, you guys, now for the first wave of cards for the brand new Utopia structure deck. Yes, Utopia is getting a structure deck, even though we're getting the new support in Lightning Overdrive. I believe this is supposed to come out in September. I believe this is supposed to come out in September. But here's the thing: if you guys remember, we have all of the number cards released. Literally, we do. But apparently we have a second number 99. Yes, a second number 99. The first one was obviously called Utopic Dragon. Utopic Dragon. This one is called Utopic Dragner. Dragner is a rank 12 light warrior Xyz with 3000 attack and defense and requires 3 level 12 monsters. Both of its effects are hard once per turns. The first effect says, which is a quick effect. You can detach 2 materials from this card, special summon a number monster that has a number between 1 and 100 inclusive, which says inclusive in parentheses, in its name from your extra deck. This is treated as an Xyz summon. During the turn you activate this effect, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Xyz monsters. Also, your other monsters cannot attack directly. Second effect says, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, change its attack to 0. So basically, you're able to summon out number 100 Numeron Dragon right off the bat. Right off the bat, you can literally summon any number between 1 and 100. Right off the bat, you can summon any of the Numeron gates. You can summon number 25 Force Focus. You can summon number 69 Heraldry Crest, number 39 Utopia. You can summon number 94 Crystal Zero, or you can even also summon again number 100 Numeron Dragon, which is, I believe, a good negate on, which is a good interruption on board. And not only that, but you're also locked out of some special summoning monsters from the extra deck except the Xyz monsters, which you can summon, which you're most likely going to be summoning you're going to be summoning number monsters right off the bat. That is a good, like, a really good effect. And plus, and it says, and the material says you need 3 or more level 12 monsters. And the second effect, you're decreasing your opponent's monster's attack to 0. In which, because that this card would be targeted for an attack, your opponent is going to be taking 3,000 damage right off the bat, which is absolutely insane. Next up, we have a card I don't think we ever got this one. I don't think we got this one. I don't remember if we saw this in the anime. I actually want to take a look at this. Hang on a second. The card that I'm talking about is called Hyper Ringa Magic Hope Force. I don't know if that ever came up in the anime. I don't remember. Okay, well, while I'm waiting, here we go. Hang on, guys. I'm like... I believe we never... I don't think we got that in the anime, did we? Maybe we did. Maybe we did. I think we saw it in the anime, if I remember right. I honestly don't remember. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think so. I think we got it. We saw it in the anime. But it's a normal spell and it has 2 effects, and both of its effects are once per turn. So the first effect says target a rank 9 or lower Utopia monster you control, supposed to summon a rank 10 or higher Utopia or Utopic Xyz monster from your extra deck by using that monster you control as material, which is also treated as an Xyz summon, and the materials that were on that Utopia Xyz monster get attached to the new monster as its own material, which is really, really good. If an Xyz monster or monster is a special summon by a rank 10 or higher Utopia or Utopic Xyz monster's effect, and this card is in your grave, you can target one of those summoned monsters, attach this card to it as material. So, yeah, I believe we saw this in the anime. Astral used this, I think Astral used this in the anime. I could be wrong. I'll have to take a look at it even further, but it's really cool being able to just use this. So to be able to have Utopia number 39 Utopia, or even like Utopia Ray V or Utopia Ray Victory that has a good amount of materials. Using this to summon Utopic Dragon, and then attaching this card to Dragon as its material, that is insane. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say that's about 5, maybe 6 materials, depending on how you go about with it. That's just stupid crazy. Next up, we have Zexal Field, which is the field spell for them. The second effect is a once per turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your cards and effects that target and exceed monsters you control. That right there is just pretty good. It's a good protection card, being able to just combo off without having to deal with any negation or any interruption, whatnot, like Appaloosa or whatever. That right there is stupid good. The second effect, which obviously, as it says, once per turn, if an exceeds monster or monster is a special summon to your field, you can target one of them, attach an exceeds monster from your extra deck or graveyard to it as material. Yeah, it's basically like a continuous overlay regen. If you guys remember the card overlay regen, it's a card where you're able to give all exceeds monsters on the field an additional exceeds material, which is pretty good. And this effect makes it so you're able to, it makes it so you're able to have an additional material, so you can continue to use your card's effect over and over and over again. And then the third effect says, during your draw phase, before you draw, you can place one Shining Draw from your deck on top of the deck. So you're able to just draw Shining Draw right off the bat. So Shining Draw is definitely a 3 of, depending on how you see it. As far as the reprints for the structure deck, we have number 39 Utopia with another alternate R. This time in its not basically in the form where it looks like a sword. It kind of looks like a sword-ish shield. If you guys remember how Utopia was summoned in the anime at the very beginning, that's what it looks like. It's really crazy. And then of course we have also Zubaba Knight, Gaga Magician, Gaga Girl, Gaga Clerk, Go Golem. Yes, I know I sound like a little baby saying it. I know. Shining Draw, Double or Nothing, and High Five the Sky. Those are some of the big reprints that are going into the structure deck. Honestly, it's kind of interesting because when you think about it, hang on, guys. Alright, never mind. I thought I could. I was looking up Astral on online here, and I thought I could find the cards, but I guess not. Anyway, yeah. So those are the new Utopia cards. Honestly, I am actually kind of excited to see how this deck will play out as far as like the meta goes. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But that being said, I'm going to talk about now the new cards for some of the newer cards that are going to be coming out in Wait for it. Wait for it. In Duels Pack 25, which is obviously Synchro Storm, and then of course 2 new promo cards as well. The first Duels Pack card is called Revered Banner of Revolution, which is kind of an interesting card. It's actually a normal. It's actually a continuous trap, and all 3 of its effects are once per turn. If another card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add 1 Liberty at Last from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Okay, so Liberty at Last, I believe it's one of the newer ones. So it's basically a search. It's basically a Rhoda, basically. At the start of the damage step, if a single monster is battling another monster, you can destroy your opponent's battling monster. Being able to just trap hole your opponent's monsters right off the bat is just absolutely insane. If this card, if this card in the spell and trap zone would be destroyed by a card effect, you destroy 1 monster you control instead. So being able to again, it's another form of Return of the Dragon Lords with that effect. It's just absolutely insane. I don't have to say anything more about it except that it seems pretty good. I don't know how meta it's gonna be, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Anyway, guys, next up we have yet another Literalist card, Literalist Bird Call. I don't think I talked about this in one of my earlier videos, but it's a normal spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Add it to your hand or send to the grave 1 Literalist monster from your deck. Then you can special summon a Literalist monster with a different name from your hand. So it's basically a 1-for-1. If you will. So not only are you able to search out, a Literalist monster from your deck or graveyard, but from your hand you're able to special summon another Literalist monster with a different name from your hand. So if you add Swallow, if you add Sapphire Swallow from your deck or grave to your hand, you can summon Cobalt to your field, which is a really cool effect. But that being said, there's not much to talk about with that card. I've never played with Literalist before. Good thing I'm not going to at this point. We have 2 new promo cards. The first one is called Motor Shell. I don't know if I talked about this in one of my videos, but it's a 4-star Dark Machine. 1300 attack, 1800 defense, and the effect is a once per turn. If this card is sent from the field to the grave, you can special summon an engine token, which is an Earth Machine, 1-star, 200 attack and defense. Not much to say about that. That's for damn sure. Is it worth it? No, I don't think it's worth playing because it is true. It is true that it is an 1800 defense body on board. The token won't do you any good because of the fact that because of the fact that there are so many other cards that they can use to spam your board with tokens. There are so many cards. There's Scapegoat, Fires of Doomsday. I think Scapegoat is still banned, but there's like fire. Excuse me. There's Fires of Doomsday. There's some of the different Mecha Phantom Beast cards. Those are better. But here we are. We have a brand new kuriboh card. Yes. The stats and the effect is still unknown, but it's a kuriboh that powers up your number deck. So I guess we'll be seeing this in the Utopia structure deck, but it's called Astral Kuriboh. It's obviously it's a 1-star light. So my guess is that the stats will probably be the same as all the other different kuriboh. So 300 attack, 200 defense, I would presume, but not much to say about that. But I'm now going to be talking about the new new cards. I talked about it last Friday in my episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, where I talked about the new kuriboh cards. I am now going to be talking about the 2 new cards from the Animation Chronicle. The first one is called Dragon Roy. It's an 8-star wind machine, 2900 attack, 1000 defense, and its first effect is a once per turn. You can discard this card, activate one of these effects. Add a non-wind Roid monster from your deck to your hand, so you can either Rhoda a Roid monster from your deck, or this turn, the activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a fusion monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is fusion summoned this way. So it's basically a protection to ensure that your fusion summons actually go through. Is it worth it? It pretty much just depends. I don't think Roids are going to be that broken. I know that you're probably I know that you guys are probably thinking, Roids, what do you mean by Roids? What I mean by that is not speed Roids. Speed Roids are getting their own support in the brand new Legendary Duel Single Storm set. This one, I'm talking about the Roids, like Gyroids, Steamroid, whatnot. This card is specific for that archetype, and I don't think that deck is gonna come back unless if somebody were to like say, oh, this deck is best deck. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting effect, but as far as like the Rhoda, but the second one, if you're able to activate it, you're pretty much just golden. You're pretty much just golden, being able to just fusion summon away without having to worry about having to worry about Nibiru or Ash Blossom or whatever. This card will just ensure that you're Gucci. You're good to go. Fusion summon away, my friend. Fusion summon away. And then the second effect is once per turn, if this card is in your grave, you can make this card in the grave become a dragon until the end of the turn. Damn. Yeah, you're probably gonna end up. Yeah, people are probably gonna be using this in Dragon Links because it's a fucking wind. And hello, Dragonities can also be used in Dragon Links. Not much to say about that. Now for this one, if you guys remember, in Yu-Gi-Oh GX Season 4, you will know that Cyrus took over Zane's duel, so to speak, and went up against a guy who played a Jinzo deck. This card was used in that duel. The Japanese name was called Samsara Dogma, but the English translated name is called Declaration of Rebirth. After almost, 15? I think 15 years? I would say about 15 years, we're finally getting this card printed. It's a continuous trap which says, once per turn declare one type, which means monster type. All monsters in both graveyards become that declared type until the end of the turn. Hello, you can use this in fucking zombies. In fucking zombies. If you don't have Zombie World, not a problem. Play this. Call a zombie. You're good to go. You're good to go. This card is broken. This card is broken, people. Really, really insane. But guys, that's pretty much it. That is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more Yu-Gi-Oh news videos, which gets posted every Tuesday, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description. And if you guys have fan mail that you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.